Good morning for this Tuesday, October 8th, and the chart we are currently looking at is the E-Mini S&P 500 futures contract. This is a daily chart, right? The continuous daily chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I like to try to project where the market may go. So look at, this is the month of October, right? We know that October historically the market pulls back, right? And this is the all-time high right here. So we're right now in the midst of obviously a pullback. So what I want to do, this is the beginning of the year right here, right? And this is the high of the year. This is currently where we're at. So I'm going to take the two largest pullbacks that we've seen this year, okay? We're going to take this high, right, minus this low, the low of this pullback, right? This was about a 7.5 to 8% pullback from this high to this low. All right, and that pullback is the largest pullback that we've seen this year. So this high here is 1673.25 minus this low of 1546.75. So the difference between this high and this low, this pullback right here, that was 126 S&P points and 50 cents, 126.50. All right. And then we're going to take the second largest pullback this year, which is right here, right, this high. We'll just call it high number 2, minus this low, right? This high here was 1698.5, and this low was 1618.25. So the difference between this high, high 2, and low 2, the difference is 80 points and 25 cents, right? 80.25. All right, so we've got these two pullbacks, right? So I'm expecting this pullback to be, you know, close to these, right? So what I did was I took this high, the high that we've seen, the all-time high right here is 1723.75, right? So 1723.75 is the highest high that we've seen the E-Mini S&Ps ever, right? The all-time high. Take that high minus $80.25, the length of this pullback, and that puts us at 16, right in here, 1643. So minimum, I'm expecting this market to pull back to 1643.5. And then if you take this high minus the largest pullback that we've seen this year, 126.50, so if you subtract 126.50 from 1723.75, we get a price right below the 1600, right? We go, so it would be right in here, and that number is 1597.25. So that's how I like to come up with projections. If I'm expecting a pullback or move up or, you know, whatever, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the last swings to give me a gauge of how far this market could go. So that's how I came up with that. All right. Now, if you take a look at this high here, the first high to the second high, that's roughly 23 points. And then if you, right, you knew that number before the market broke up through high number 2, and that's about the same number. Okay, so you got these numbers. The first number, the first downward projection I'm looking at is 1643.5, and then the second number is 1597.25, which would make it equivalent to the 126 right here. Okay, obviously the percentages are going to be different because the market's higher now than it was in the first high and the second high. So that's what I'm looking at. All right, so just food for thought. Hope that helps a little bit here in terms of when you're watching markets and you look at prior pullbacks and the market is in the midst of a pullback and you think the market is going to continue, you can project these levels by the way that I just showed you. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and hope that taught you a little something. And if you've got any questions, let me know. Have a great day. Be back with you tomorrow. Bye for now.